Hi viewers, and welcome to another episode of Lee Park Respond. I'm Pastor Sam Phipps, the worship pastor and online pastor here at Lee Park Church. This is our attempt in the Respond episodes to bring information that we think is important to our community and Lee Park Church. Wow, 2020 has definitely been a challenging year in so many different areas. Who would have ever thought? And yet here we are. And as believers, we know that our God has not changed. His love for us has not faltered. He is still in control. And as believers, it is our responsibility to trust and obey Him. So the information that we bring to you through Respond, well, our hope is that it will bring peace and comfort and healing to you and your family and to your community. Our attempt is to reconnect the church together, to allow us to love together, to minister together, to share together. So let's get started today, shall we? Today I have Pastor Darren Adams. He is our family pastor at Lee Park Church. So Pastor Darren, thanks for being with me today on Respond. Man, you've got so much going on. I mean, you cover, with the family pastor, you've got children and you've got youth and then you've got sports and then some big events coming up for Christmas. So why don't you start with children? Tell folks where we are, how we're being safe, allowing the kids to come back together, and just the opportunities that they have to connect with church.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start out by saying, Pastor Sam, that it's good that we are busy again, because we know that the past several months it's been very different. And we started out doing everything virtually, the Zoom Sunday School, the Children's Church lessons on Facebook Live. We did virtual VBS, and that stuff worked great for...
Yeah, Zoom was real fun because I did it in choir. Man, for the first 3 weeks, you had everybody on there, and then it got to 2 people.
Right.
It's okay, this is enough.
So we are glad to start getting back in person. The only thing that really hadn't gotten back in person yet is Awana. So right now we're still doing that online. And the way parents can get involved, our focus is on the memory verses each week. And so the Cubbies director, Sparks director, and TNT director, they're going to email the parents. And the idea is that the parents will take that verse and they'll show it to their kids, and sitting around the dinner table at night or right before bed, that they'll talk about that verse together as a family, because we want to come alongside the family and help them as they're spiritually leading their kids.
Oh, great idea.
Yeah, and then all they got to do is just send the director an email saying we did it, and then we're going to do it all at the same pace together.
Good. That's a great idea.
Yeah, and then
did y'all invent that? Did you invent that yourself?
Not yet, but no, we did. No,
okay.
We did. But our plan with the one, because people are asking, all right, when are you going to be back on campus? And I can't answer that definitively right now, because we need to see some things. First of all, on Sunday mornings, we need to see more kids back in children's church. And I know it's going to help, because in October we're opening up child care at 9 o'clock. And then we're going to have at 10 o'clock the Children's Church hour. So we want to see our parents and kids more actively involved in that. Of course, the public school system is going to help too.
Sure.
As kids get more involved in school, I think that'll give parents more of a peace of mind to come back. And then at that time, we'll be ready to go on campus with Awana, but I just don't know when that time is yet.
So if someone still wants to connect, I know you've already started.
Yeah.
But if they still want to connect, they're able to?
Yeah.
And how would they do that?
Absolutely. All they need to do is email our children's ministry director, Asia Griffin, agriffin@leeparkchurch.org. She'll get them connected to where they need to be.
Did you hear that, Asia? We got you on here. Okay, good.
And kids, other stuff, kids choirs going on. They have started practice. They've had 2 or 3 weeks of practice. Denise Fuente does a great job with that. They're meeting on Sunday nights at 6 o'clock, and she's had 30 to 35 kids
she had
already.
A huge crowd last week.
Yeah, which is great.
That's great.
They're getting ready for their big Christmas production, which is going to be December 12th. It's called Rad Tidings We Bring. Not glad, but rad tidings we bring. And so kids, if they want to be a part of that, they can still show up. She would still love to get them plugged in.
Yeah, they're making it easy to learn. All the music's online, and she gives out CDs and all. We've talked about it, so it's great. I'm looking forward to that also. What about nursery? How is that looking? I know we are starting back. I know we have for certain ministries. So tell me what, I saw kids last Sunday.
Yes, yeah, and then again, beginning in October, we'll have it at 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. We do have enough leaders right now to cover that 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock, where we can space out the kids and we can have a leader per kid in the nursery. Junior ARC, same thing. We would always love to have more leaders step up and help, and we understand some people are hesitant right now, but we want to make sure they know that as far as our entrance and exits and our social distancing and our sanitizing and cleaning, we're doing a great job there. So we do feel like we're providing a safe environment for them.
Yeah, we've got folks cleaning everything after a group of people gather. I've noticed that they're still doing that like they were months ago. So I don't think you'll find a cleaner place to be, especially on a Sunday.
So bring your kids back.
Yeah, bring them back. Yeah, absolutely.
And volunteer as a leader.
That's a good one. Volunteer as a leader. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
We need you. What else is going on? So you've got children, youth. Are you ready?
Yes.
Youth.
Yeah, youth. We started back in September, the first Wednesday in September, with our small groups only, and that's gone really well. What we have noticed is way more high schoolers coming than middle schoolers, which I kind of thought that would be the case, because high schoolers can drive themselves, and most of our high schoolers have been doing things, been very socially active, at least since May. They might have taken March and April off, but we have noticed a lot of the high schoolers are coming back in their small groups. Middle schoolers are coming, but I think parents have still been a little bit hesitant. But we're hoping, we're going to start in October, meeting again as a large group with large group worship and games and then small groups. I mean, it's going well.
Well, I know our Noel and Braden, they're both friends from school and at church too, but from school, and they've been hanging out all summer long. And it was, tennis courts and volleyball courts, but they were always doing something. But I think it also shows, and you mentioned this after camp, that everybody, but especially our youth, they need that connection. Yeah. And they need to have that, they need to have other believers beside them that can encourage them through this time.
Pastor Sam, I'll be honest, with high school camp, I was very close to canceling because we'd had to cancel the kids camp and middle school camp. With the high school camp, I was probably about this close. And I went into the parent meeting this meeting's going to decide what I'm going to do. Now, the parents didn't know that, but I just put it out there. Here's my concerns, and I'm going to tell you, we're not going to be able to socially distance all the time. We're going to do our best to keep them apart, but we want to make sure that they have a great experience too. And so all the parents, just one by one, were just like, our kids need it. They need to go.
Wow.
They need it spiritually. They need to get out of the house. They need to be around friends. And when we got there as leaders, we saw that. I mean, culturally, they needed it, just a sense of normalcy and routine. Relationship-wise, they needed to be around their friends. And then spiritually, and they were hungry because many of them had gotten just apathetic spiritually.
Yeah, and a side note on that, if you are not yet back in church, if you've been a part of church and you're not yet back, it really is important when you feel like it's safe. Be for real. When you feel like it's safe, you need to get your family reconnected with the church, whether it's Lee Park or another church. You need that. So don't be one of those that lays out, we need you, but you need us as bad as we need you. So I would just a little side note.
And Pastor Sam, I'll say this about youth especially. We've seen some heavy counseling circumstances with our teenagers during this time because, a lot of the parents are working outside the home. Downtime and boredom for teenagers is never good. And so there's been a lot of cases come up with just behavior or just too much alone time, getting into things they shouldn't. And I want to say to the parents is that we're here to help. I mean, email me, we'll get you connected to a counselor. I'll help if I can. But I want parents to know like they're not alone in their struggles. Every single one of us is struggling in some way as parents with our kids right now. And so transparency is huge. And just let us know how we can help because that's what we're here for.
So we've got children, we've got youth. What would be next? Sports?
Yes, sir.
Let's talk sports. So you've got flag football that's been going on for some time now.
We have close to 75 kids sign up this year, which is an increase from last year. Russell Heinzman does an incredible job leading flag football. He and Matt Cuthbertson working together. I mean, it's such a cool atmosphere out there. And then we've got basketball coming up. Basketball registration is going to start the last Sunday in October. Now, here's the thing that I'm thinking. I'm an optimistic person, and I'm thinking that basketball could be huge for us this year.
We've got a brand new gym.
We've got a brand new gym. We can have
sweet.
2 elementary games going on at the same time. We've got the Arc we can use. I'm talking to another church in our area trying to get that gym secure so we can have several outlets. But I think with a lot of the public rec leagues up in the air and probably going to cancel, I think we could see a great increase in numbers. I really do.
We've started back choir, and we're actually meeting in the choir room we have for some time now, but our numbers, we keep them minimized. But I think it's important for everyone to know, as we're starting to re-energize these ministries and bring them back to life, that our concern is your safety. We want to make sure that we're testing people, that we're checking and we're doing things the right way. So don't think we're just going crazy and throwing things back together. We are constantly concerned with safety of everyone.
Right, even with flag football, so every kid gets their temperature checked upon arrival. Every parent that's going to hang out there and stay, they get their temperature checked. The coaches are still wearing masks just because they are going to be in close proximity to the kids. And we've got bottles of hand sanitizer on each bench, and they're taking breaks and having kids clean their hands and making sure kids are keeping their hands out of their face and that sort of thing. So,
good.
Yep.
That's sports.
So that is sports. We're looking forward to it.
The holiday season's coming quickly.
Yep.
So what do you got going on for us?
One other thing is Operation Christmas Child Shoe Boxes. We're doing that again this year as a church. We usually respond very well to that. I think last year we collected close to 550 shoe boxes, and so we've already got those here in-house. We're going to put them out October 18th, that Sunday, and then we'll collect them November 15th, that Sunday. So looking forward to that. We have the plastic shoe boxes this year where the tops fit on very securely, so I think our people will like those.
Oh, cool. Great, good. Yeah, that's going to be a big ministry this year. I think they're anticipating a lot of folks involved in that. What else? Anything else you'd like to share with us today?
I think that covers most of it. Yeah, it's been very busy, which again is a good thing. Glad to be back in the swing of things.
Great, good. Well, we are too. We're thankful that we're able to talk about basketball and it coming back, because I think that shows us even more that things are getting better. The world is coming back to more of a new norm, but we are thankful for that. Pastor Darren, thank you for being with us today, for sharing with us. Soon we'll have your wife, Wava, on, and she's going to talk about some great things that's going on in ministry, but also how to cope with the mental stress of COVID and everything we're having to do with that, the different phases of COVID. Thanks for watching today.
Yeah. Thank you, Pastor Sam.
And another great episode of Respond today. Thank you, Pastor Darren Adams, for sharing with us all that's going on in our children and youth and in sports at Lee Park Church, and then beyond that also. I want to remind you and encourage you, church, to live by Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your understanding, and in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. That is so important, and that's the way we should respond to every situation that we face. Every day, whether it's COVID or a flat tire on the side of the road, trust God, trust Him today. I'm Pastor Sam Phipps. Have a great day.